The Youth Parliament is a body recognized by the United Nations to encourage member nations in developing a platform where young people can contribute to the decision-making process, express their ideas, and share opinions on governance in their respective countries. Our focus on this episode of the program is shifted to the northeastern zone of the country. It is about youth of Gombe Central representation with focus on the 5th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament. To discuss this, we have the member who represented Gombe Central Senatorial District at the Youth Parliament join us in the studio shortly. Welcome to another episode of the program Young Parliamentarians. I'm your host, Joshua Ogunjide. Nice meeting you again as I introduce the Chairman, Northeast Caucus of the 5th Assembly of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, Honorable Khaleed Kumo. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Let me start from your selection as the leader of the Northeast Caucus of Young Parliamentarians in the 5th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament. Can you take us through the process?
Thank you very much. I think the process for the selection of caucus leaders, that is zonal caucus leaders, in the Nigerian Youth Parliament, like we have in the National Assembly and other assemblies, we have caucus leaders that are leaders of their respective zone. For Northeast, I am the caucus leader in the 5th session of Nigerian Youth Parliament, and that election is the process that involves all members of the Northeast, that is members that are representing their respective senatorial district from Northeastern state, that is 6 states, Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Yobe, and Taraba. We have 18 members representing their respective senatorial district from Northeast. So immediately after our inauguration in the year 2021, members from Northeast sit together to choose or elect their leader for the zone, that is the caucus leader. And then that is how I emerge as the caucus leader of Northeast.
Okay, you're also the chairman committee on ethics and privileges. It seems you've so far enjoyed the privileges of the leadership of the parliament.
Well, the ethics and privilege committee is a special committee of the parliament, like in the other assemblies. I think we have 3 special committees, that is selection committee, rules and business committee, and then ethics and privilege. The main responsibility of ethics and privilege committee is to handle the affairs of ethics and conduct of the members, both during the sitting and then outside the session of the parliament. So that's it. We meet to deliberate on issues that affect the members of the parliament, especially in respect to conduct of the honorable members. You know, parliament is guided by laws. That is our standing order. Our standing order is rules that is guiding all procedure of the parliament. So we as the ethics and privilege committee, we make sure that members are guided by such procedures as they follow it.
Okay, are these secondary functions of yours not chopping off your real representation of Gombe youth?
Yes, you know, in the parliament we have special and standing committees. So each member is given another responsibility that will handle. You know, part of our responsibility, despite the fact the parliament is a legislative and leadership training ground, so we are working as a replica of the assemblies. So most of the process are the same. So, you know, there is, beside the representation, there is oversight. So part of the oversight is participation in such committees. I can remember each member of the parliament is entitled to a membership of standing committees and special committees to the minimum of 5 committees. So through that committees, member can participate, for example, in standing committees. There is committees on education, health, humanitarian, regional development commissions. We also have such committees. That the essence of that is that members can participate in that committee's activities as part of the oversight training as the members of the Nigerian Youth Parliament.
Let's move to your programs, Honorable Kumo.
Yes.
Your programs and policies at the grassroots. How well have you embraced your constituents?
Well, this youth parliament journey, I started it in 2019, where I get nominated as a member representing Akwa Central constituency at Gombe State Youth Parliament then. Later on, where I emerged as the Speaker of Gombe State Youth Parliament, and I served for the period of 2 years, from 2019 to 2021. Even there, I did a lot of initiatives, activities, and programs. While I am the Speaker at Gombe, I convened the Peace Awareness Rising Meeting for Youth and Advocacy for Protection of Children's Rights, where we engaged traditional rulers, members of Gombe State House of Assembly, people from Ministry of Justice, Women Affairs, Health and Education, that is from the executive arms of government, to that meeting to commemorate with 2020 International Youth Day. And that meeting, the essence of convening such meeting is to discuss modalities and issues that is halting the domestication of Child Rights Act and Violence Against Person Prohibition Act in Gombe State. So stakeholders meet together, we discuss the merit and issues with the bills at the state level, and we come to the conclusion. And after that, we have our communique and our report, where we send it to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Gombe State, Alhaji Muhammadu Yunus. After then, the Executive Arm of Government send bills as an executive bills to Gombe State House of Assembly for the Child Rights Act and Violence Against Person Prohibition Act, and subsequently the House passed such laws. So as I am talking to you, Gombe State is part of the state that domesticates such laws, courtesy of our effort and commitment of Gombe State government. And we also push for the establishment of Gombe State Youth Development Commission, which is still pending. We need to do a lot of push. Beside that, we partner with so many non-governmental organizations to ensure that priority is given to youth engagement. And I can remember in 2020, we partnered with Action Aid Nigeria to implement a project in Gombe State that is Youth Digital Engagement Project. Aims of that project is to assess COVID-19 intervention at the subnational level, and to make sure we equip people at grassroots with skills and knowledge to hold duty bearers accountable. The project include data collection and analysis of data analysis, that is to analyze the data collected from community. We work with 5 communities from 2 local government, that is Funakai and Bildiri local government. In Funakai, we work in Kupto and Garing, Kupto and Kukabakwai. Kupto, Kukabakwai and Garing Abba, if I can remember. Then in Bildiri, we work in Shela and Panguru, that is 5 communities. In all of that communities, we recruit community champion, so that people living in that community will take lead of the data collection, participate in the data analysis, and also take charge in dissemination of the information. So that's how we did it, and we have our report. We disseminate it both through digital and analog means. Later on in the year 2021, I was nominated to Nigerian Youth Parliament. So from 2021 to December 2021 to 2024, where I serve as the member representing Gombe Central Senatorial District, we are able to do a lot, especially in respect to activities and programs. We participate in a lot of town hall stakeholders engagement, so that we should contribute we can contribute our voice to the decision making. You know, the aims of the parliament is to ensure young people have a platform where they can contribute their voice to the decision making process. We convene a youth and security town hall meeting at Gombe State, where we engage security heads from Nigerian police, immigration, civil defense, Nigerian Drug and Law Enforcement Agency, Department of State Security, that is the state head, to come together and discuss issue of insecurity at the state level and how that is affecting young people, and how we as a young people can contribute to ensure peace and safety in our communities. And we, after that town hall meeting, we have our communique report, where we send it to the Speaker of the Nigerian Youth Parliament 5th session, Right Honorable Dr. Aziza Tishau, and then all other states that convene such meetings send their reports to, and then at the national level we convene a policy review meeting, where all that report is reviewed to come up with one document. And then during the constitutional amendment and electoral reforms for 2018, during that process, we also participate in the public hearings at the regional level. I think then the regional public hearing was conducted in Gombe and Bauchi. So during the public hearing, we make our submission, especially with respect to participation, where we advocate for a clause in the Electoral Act that will mandate the political parties to limit the fee they are charging for nomination and expression of interest for young people. Because, you know, some fees you are seeing from some political parties is very unrealistic for young people to cover. You can see political parties putting fees more than 2 million, 3 million just for nomination and expression of interest.
A young man be able to pay for that?
So by that time, we advocate that nomination fee for House of Assembly be limited to 100,000. Likewise, House of Representatives, 200,000, 500 for Senatorial, and 1 million for governorship. I think that will give young people an opportunity to participate fully, more than the charges they are putting now of millions of naira for just participation in the nomination. What we believe is that participation in politics should be an call to service, and such will not be restricted or marginalize some categories of people. Young people have a lot of skills. For example, Nigerian Youth Parliament is in 5th session, and so far we produce almost 545 alumni that participate in the Nigerian Youth Parliament. And then through the participation, young people are equipped with legislative skills and knowledge. So I know young people, that young people are skilled people that, if given opportunity to participate in any arms of the legislature, be it at state or national level, you can see such people excelling and giving best of their ability. From our first session, we have an example, Right Honorable Luke Onopio, who is the pioneer speaker of Nigerian Youth Parliament. He served as the speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, where he did extremely well, and from there he got an opportunity to serve in the Nigerian House of Representatives. So he did a lot of contribution, I think, where he served as the chairman of House Committee on Judiciary at the House of Representatives before he go and contest for governorship in Akwa Ibom.
All right, time now to go for another break. The conversation continues after. Do stay with us.
If you travel around the world, you will find out that there is no place like Nigeria. Beautiful, peaceful, very warm and friendly climate all year round. Largest concentration of black people in the world. Hospitable, vibrant and happy people. There is no place like Nigeria. A land of opportunities. The biggest window in the world of business and investments. Extremely rich in multicultural diversity. There is no place like Nigeria.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
In case you're just joining us, the program you're watching is Young Parliamentarians, reaching you from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. You can as well join the conversation on the social media platforms showing on your screen. And we have been engaging the immediate past member representing Gombe Central in the 5th Assembly of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, NYP. Honorable Kumo, I so much enjoy your explanation so far. Considering all these interventions, what other areas are you looking at to bail out, young minds in Gombe? What other areas do you think you can intervene?
Well, I am very passionate on the policy making, especially lawmaking, the participation. There is strong gaps between young people and then the legislative arms of the government. A lot of people don't have knowledge of how they will participate. Some people always think that it is only when you get to platform like Nigerian Youth Parliament or something like that that you can participate in the decision. But for us, when we come to this, we come to know of ordinary citizens can participate in decision making. Let us know how to hold our members accountable. Let us know what is the jurisdiction and responsibilities of our representatives at the state and national assemblies. Such people are representing us, and then there is a lot of void, that is gaps for laws that we need to have at state and national level. Me as a citizen, I can go to my member, tell him that in Gombe State, we have this gap of so act or so law. We need to establish this agency or something like this. Or I go through this law and I understand that section so. There is issue, we need to make amendment. And that you can draft your submission, give it to your member, take it. And then the member can make the presentation to the floor. There is this opportunity to participate in public hearing, especially at subnational level. When public hearing is called, you can see it's only some few organizations that are participating in such hearings. Only religious group, few civil societies, and then a lot of citizens are not aware. That's why you can ask a lot of citizens, be it activists or something like that, on some laws at state level. They are not aware. They are not following up. That's why we don't know what is happening at the state level. For example, now that there is this victory for local government autonomy to send funds directly to local governments. A lot of people don't have knowledge of how the local government budget is passed, how this is being presented to House of Assembly. So I am very passionate about stepping down the skills and knowledge I obtain from both the state youth parliament at national level to other young people, so that we can have a hub or network of young people that we will be having knowledge sharing session, so that a lot of people can stand up to hold duty bearers accountable.
Thank you, Honorable Kumo, for that answer. And moving to the next question, how well have you engaged the children parliament, especially in Gombe State?
Well, thank you very much. I think Gombe State is part of state that have children parliament at state level. And my passionate for transition is very high. When I am the speaker at state level, I engage seriously with children parliament at state level. I try to engage with Save the Children International. I meet with their field officers at Gombe, and I also meet with their country director at the Abuja here by that time. And Save the Children has supported children parliament at Gombe State to do a lot of activities. And I can remember there's a lot of activities that we did. There is Safe Space initiative that Save the Children brought to Gombe State, where we did in collaboration with the Save the Children and the Children Parliament at Gombe State, where they donated some skill acquisition training materials that include sewing machine and then among other equipments for safe spaces, which they established then in Dukku and Balanga. And that we did it hands in hand with Children Parliament. What I am unable to achieve that time is that to ensure we have transitioning of taking that people from Children Parliament to State Youth Parliament so that their skills will be continuous. So the problem that make us not to achieve that is because the membership for the Nigerian Youth Parliament in general is 18 years to 29 years, according to the youth policy. So when we are trying to bring new members of Gombe State Youth Parliament, we come to observe that. And then the minimum educational qualification requirement for membership is SSCE. So a lot of, almost all of the members of Gombe State Children Parliament are by that time during, by that time in their SS1 and SS2. So you see they did not meet the requirement to go to the youth parliament at state or national level, and they don't have the minimum educational qualification of SSCE. So then we say in the future maybe priority will be given to people that participate in that children parliament in their CB, so that it will be a transition that their legislative training will be continuous.
With all your narration, you know, the whole gist, who is that person that you're looking, you know, up to as a role model?
Well, in terms of legislature, there are a lot of people that I am looking to as a role models because of their contribution and the quality representation they are giving to their people. That representation is mostly focused on the laws and bills they are sponsoring during their stay at assemblies. That is Right Honorable Femi Bajabiabila and Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas. If you go through their biography, you can see that that people give a lot of contribution in terms of sponsoring bills and motion in the assembly, which I think part of the Nigerian Educational Loan Fund that a lot of students are currently benefiting is sponsored by Right Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, among, I know, numerous bills that he sponsored. So excelling in legislature is about the bills and important bills and motion that you sponsored that can impact lives of people forever.
Okay, a quick one. Can you share with us your most exciting moment in the parliament, as well as an insight into your most disappointing or rather embarrassing moment that you can never forget in your parliamentary engagement? Well,
during our first sitting, I sponsored a motion on a need to establish Presidential Youth Advisory Council. The reason why I sponsored that motion is that we have a lot of youth groups and youth organizations in Nigeria, which most of them are championing the cause of youth development in the country. And I believe by having such council, resolution from this youth organization will be deliberated by that advisory council so that they can have wide favor on such bills and advise the government on what they need to do. That council will serve as a bridge between the executive arms at national level and that various youth groups. You can see this youth group is advocating for this is advocating for that. So, but by having that council, that based on my submission, I propose that there are some statutory youth organizations that I propose should be part of the membership of such Presidential Youth Advisory Council, so that resolution of their respective organization will automatically be part of the deliberation or process of such council. And then the most exciting part of it is that having gone through the Renew Hope manifestation before the election, I observed that such motion or such proposal was captured in the then presidential candidate manifestation, which thank God we are expecting that this administration will fulfill to that of establishing the Presidential Youth Advisory Council, so that youth groups will be coordinated, and then our resolution and submission will be given priority, since that committee will solely work on ensuring proposal and resolution of youth groups is given consideration, or be it legislative or executive backing, so that it will stay to promote youth engagement and participation of young people in governance.
Last one, Honorable Kumo. With this your growth in your political career, do you see yourself, moving up to a higher level, vying for higher positions in politics, or getting a higher appointment? You're presently a legislative aide to the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Abbas.
Well, I think during my contribution in this program, I mentioned it, that participation in leadership is commitment to service, to ensure you contribute what you have to the decision making. And I come to know that no matter where I found myself, I can contribute. When I see anything that I need to contribute, I will do memoranda, participate in public hearing. If there is need for any bill that I see is something that we need to have, be it at the national level or at state level, we should make a lot of contribution to impact in the areas that we are skilled. I mentioned that Nigerian Youth Parliament now have more than 500 alumni. So you see, this is good resources that the country needs to utilize. There is always a transition. So that number is good and very skilled to contribute at any of the assemblies, be it state and national.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being our guest, Honorable Khaleed Kumo.
Thank you very much.
All right, then, and that marks the end of the program for this week, viewers. We look forward to receiving your comments and observations on the social media platforms scrolling on your screen. Join us next time for another interesting package. See you next time on the same channel. Once again, I'm Joshua Abuja. Bye for now.